Now, the last thing that I want to implement is called ADS stabilizer. And remember at the first half of this video, uh, I mentioned that Destiny also has ADS stabilizer for full auto weapons, where basically if you hold aim down sight and you press the fire button and you hold it, initially the recoil will still would be really noticeable, but over time it will stabilize and converge at the center, right? It will slow down and makes it really easy to control. So I want to try to implement that as well, and that's actually really easy. All you have to do is back to the weapon component and add some more properties. So u property edit anywhere blueprint read write, or maybe just read only, I think. So category is recoil as well, and this value is called max ADS heat, and I'll explain this in a moment. Current ADS heat, then u property modifier max, which I'll set this to 0.6. Okay, now this is really similar to what Bloom does, except instead of influencing the spread of the hit scan, what this ADS hit value will try to constrict the recoil according to its ADS hit value, where initially it will start at 0, but the more rounds that we fire during aiming down sight, it will increment itself in every shot. And so what this max ADS hit is telling us is after 10 rounds, by default, every weapon is, of course, will have different hit value, but after 10 rounds in aiming down sight, then the recoil will be influenced or will be multiplied by 1.6, which means it will make it less sporadic, right? So that's basically what ADS heat does. So it's a very simple implementation, but it works. So let's try to implement this. And all we have to do is back at the start recoil, we just need to change the recoil force, right? And so here what we want to do is, I think we can all right, somewhere around here, and we can also move this one over here as well. All right, so if fire mode, and again, this is very specific to my setup, but the way that I set this up, if a weapon is in full auto, then I can just check this by E fire mode auto, right? Because I'm only applying this ADS stabilizer for full auto weapon. So if it's full auto weapon, then we can just update our current ADS heat and check if we are currently aiming down sight, which we can check by ADS alpha, if it's greater than 0. And if it is greater than 0, then we can increment our ADS heat by 1.f. Otherwise, we set it back to 0, right? So if we let go of aiming down sight, then we just reset it back to 0 immediately, not interpolating it, right? Because that would make sense. Now, then we can update ADS heat modifier. Modifier to fmath clamp current ADS heat. over max ADS heat. All right. Clamp it from 0 to ADS heat modifier max. And we will use this value to influence the initial force. So we influence this 1.f minus ADS heat modifier. I almost forgot, we also need to make sure that we reset back the current ADS hit back to 0 if we exit ADS, right? So if we release the aim downside button, and in my case, it's in exit ADS function, and here we can just reset the current ADS hit value back to 0, and then we can compile. And now, when we go and play it, if we pick our full auto weapon and we aim down sight, first, did you notice that? So initially, our recoil was very noticeable, but then it's trying to minimize itself, right? It's very hard to see this in video, but when you feel it, it's actually but you can always like tweak it. For instance, for the rifle, maybe we make it more so ADS heat. So let's see the modifier back to maybe 0.4, and now this should be more forgivable. So I'm not sure that did anything. Let's see. Did that do it? So ADS heat 10. Oh, it should be greater number, my bad. So maybe try with 0.8. So if we use something like 0.8, then there we go. Very, very tight, right? And there we have it. That's everything else.